Okay class, so today we are going over scattered plots and lines of best fit. So scattered plots should be a review for you guys. So just quickly we are going over the different types of scatter plots that we have. So the first one is a negative correlation. So when we have a negative correlation, our data is going in a negative direction. When we have a positive correlation, our data is going in a positive direction. And then when we have no correlation, our data is just like scattered everywhere. There's like really no relationship. And one quick thing that I want to mention is that correlation just means like an association. So an association is like a relationship between our data. So those are the kinds of scatter plots that we have. Now I want to go over lines of best fit, which might be something new for you guys. So the lines of best fit, two things that you need to know about it is that it only happens with positive and negative correlations, not when we have no correlation. Because the line of best fit, it just shows the general trend of our data. It's not the exact line. So that's what the line of best fit is. It shows the general trend of our data. So I have a question. Do you think that when everybody is drawing their line of best fit, will everybody have the same exact line of best fit?
No.
Why wouldn't it have the same one?
Because it's a general trend.
Yes, it's a general trend. So I could have mine like more up here and you could have yours more down here. It's a general trend. That's why it's called line of best fit, because we're just trying to find the best fit for it. Also, when you are drawing your line, you want to have as many points as you have above your line as there is below. Do you see that? There's about the same up here than there is down here, and the same for this one. So that's what you want to take into consideration when you're drawing your line of best fit. Okay, so now we're gonna go over some examples. So let's take a look at this example. A local football team has gained the following yardage in its first 7 games. Graph the data. Okay, so I'm gonna graph the data right now. So my x-axis is going to represent the games, and my y-axis is going to represent the yards. So I'm going to do that right now. So I'm going to label yards, and then my x-axis represents the games. So I'm just going to graph my data. So one is at 348. That would be around somewhere right here. 2 is at exactly 350. 3 is at 300. 4 is at 295. So 2, I would say about right there. 5 is about 280. So let's say around there. 6 is at 250. And then 7 is at 225. So just want to say around somewhere right there. Okay, so let me just make my points a little bit bigger for you guys. Okay, so this is my data. So what trend do you see? What trend, what association do you see?
A negative correlation.
Yes, this is an example of a negative correlation. So I'm just gonna write right here. This is an example of a negative correlation. So now let's take a look at another example. Okay. Old Faithful is a geyser in Yellowstone National Park. For more than 100 years, Old Faithful has erupted every day at intervals of less than 2 hours. The data may suggest that the time between eruptions may be related to the length of the previous eruption. So let's do a scatter plot for this. So my x is going to represent the length of the eruption. And then the time until the next one is gonna be my y-axis. So time. So I am going to graph my data now. So at 2, I'm at 57. So I'm probably gonna be somewhere right here. At 2.5, I'm at 62. So 60, 62, somewhere right here. At 3, I'm at 68. So almost close to 70 right here. At 3.5, I'm at 75. So right in the middle. At 4, I'm at 83. So about right there. At 4.5, I'm at 89, so close to 90. 4.5 right there. And then at 5, I'm at 92. So somewhere right here. So this is my data right here. What type of correlation do you see?
A positive correlation.
Yes, this is a positive correlation. Now, we are going to draw the line of best fit. I'm just going to use another color so you guys can see that. So, remember, our lines of best fit are not always going to look the same, but it should look the same. It's not going to be the exact same one, but it should look the same. So I'm going to say that my line of best fit is somewhere right here. My points are actually really close together. So I want to say that my line of best fit is somewhere right there. It's basically hitting all of my points. Okay, so this is this example, an example of a positive correlation. Now, we're gonna go over another example, and in this example, we're graphing our scatter plot. We're gonna draw the line of best fit, and we're gonna write the equation for the line of best fit. So this is just data that they're giving us. Okay, so I'm just gonna plot my points. So at 0, I'm starting at 2. At 1, I'm starting at 3.5. So right here. At 2, I'm starting at like 2.5. So right here. At 3, I'm at 3.5. So here. At 4, I'm at 4. At 5, I'm at 5. And at 6, I'm also at 5. So 6, so right there. So what type of correlation is this? Is this a positive or a negative correlation?
This is a positive correlation.
Yes, it's a positive correlation. So now we're going to draw our line of best fit. And I want to say that my line of best fit is going to be, let's see. I want to say it's going to be about there. So see, I have about like 1, 2 points down here, and then 1, 2 points down here. So now we're actually going to write the equation of the line of best fit. And to do that, our first step is to choose 2 points on our line. So not 2 points from the data, but 2 points of our line, because we're writing the equation of the line. So I'm gonna say that I have, let's see, 6 let's choose this point, 6.5, and I want to do, let's see, another good point on the line would be this one right here, 0 and 2. So those are 2 points on our line. And so we're trying to write an equation. Remember that our equation, I'm actually going to do this in black so it's better for you guys to see. Remember, when we're writing our equation, write it in slope-intercept form, y equals mx plus b. So the first thing that we need to do is find our slope. And this is why we chose 2 points on our line, because that's how we can find our slope. How can we find our slope using 2 points?
Using the slope formula.
Yes, using the slope formula, which my slope formula is m equals y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So remember, my points that I chose right here are, I'm going to write my points right here, 6, 5, and 0, 2. So those are the points that I chose on my line. So my y2, this is going to be my y2. So 2 minus 5 over 0 minus 6. And that's going to leave me with negative 3 over negative 6. And we know that that simplifies, negative 3 over negative 6 simplifies to 1/2. So my slope is 1/2. So I am almost there. Well, kind of almost there to my equation. So first step, find slope. Second step, I'm going to actually write it over here, is find my y-intercept, which is my b, right? So find b. And all I have to do is plug it into this equation, because I can plug in my y and my x for coordinate. So I'm going to choose a coordinate 6, 5, and then plug in my slope as well, and then I can solve for b. So let me show you how that's going to look like. I'm using the coordinate 6, 5. So my y value is 5. My m is my slope, which is 1/2. My x value is 6, so times 6, and then plus b, and I'm solving for b. So that leaves me with 5 equals 1/2 times 6, which is 3, plus b. Subtract 3 on both sides, and that leaves me with 2 equals b. And now I have my b. So I have my slope and my y-intercept. And now I can write my equation, which will be y equals my slope 1/2 x plus my y-intercept plus 2. And that is it, guys. That is the equation for my line of best fit. So that is how we do that. So now that we're done with this, we're done with our notes, we are gonna do, or you guys are gonna work on this, which is an activity where you are plotting all of this information, and then you're going to, so you're plotting it and you're graphing it. You're gonna draw your line of best fit and write the equation. You're gonna tell me the type of correlation, and you're gonna conclude what, or you're gonna write what you conclude about this information. So I want you guys to work on this on your own, and then once you are done, turn to your shoulder partner, and I want you guys to compare the data that each of you plotted, and compare the line of best fit that each of you got, because I want you guys to be able to see the differences and the similarities of your conclusions. So that is it, guys. Thank you so much. great day.